What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Connor is on the video and on the stream once again, of course. This morning, it's been a few days, I suppose, since we've actually done anything, but we've got some Premier League predictions, guys, to bring you. So we're going to go straight into things, guys. Of course, there was a game last night and the game finished early today. A game about to start now, so a bit delayed, but we're going to go straight into them, guys. We'll bring you what I would have thought, like we've done before. So first up, guys, last night was a big game, and it was between Wolves and Crystal Palace. I didn't watch it myself now, I was out, but Wolves, of course, coming out 2-0 winners in the Molyneux there against a Palace side who are good, but that's as far as it. They're only good, like they're not. They don't like ever have ambitions of going further than the top half, or they don't ever really look like they're going to go down. So they're a really solid mid-table Premier League side. Quality is a bit of an issue at the team. A few good players, but not special. Wolves, of course, have a bit more quality to Portugal, the FC in their side, and it was always going to be an interesting side. I think it was always going to go one way. Now, in that game, my prediction actually was 4-1 to Wolves. I thought Palace would score and Wolves would initially get a few as well. However, it was unlikely scores last night for Wolves, and Palace didn't score. So it did finish 2-0 in the end to the hosts, and an important win to put them joint top, guys, in the top three of the Premier League, with other teams getting a game in hand, guys. On to the next one now, and my prediction for goal scores in that game, by the way. Sorry about that, these guys. Predictions for goal scores in that game as well. I probably would have gone Jimenez with 2, Podence with 1, and Saiss with 1, and I would have gone for Palace to score through Zaha. But anyway, that's for another day. Next up now, guys, was a big game at half 12 today. Sheffield United hosting Manchester City. Now that game did finish 1-0 to Manchester City. I would have gone in my prediction there 3-0 to City. However, that's not how it finished. Interesting indeed in the end. City, of course, our City, they drew with us, won all West Ham last weekend, and they only scored from Kyle Walker today. Clean sheet, of course. They did win 1-0, but I would have gone for 3-0 City or something. On paper, that's what it looks like it should be. And yeah, guys, it didn't. I would have gone for goal scorers today with Sterling, Mahrez, and Bernardo Silva. However, it's Kyle Walker with the goal. So on to the next game now, guys. And the next one now is a big game at 3 p.m. Chelsea travel to Burnley, and this is a very big tie at both ends of the table. Chelsea can move into the top 4 in the Premier League with a win. Meanwhile, Burnley, who haven't won this season, only 1 point in their opening 4 or 5 games, are looking to get their first win of the season under Sean Dyche. Unfortunately, that's going to happen. I think it'll be 3-1 to Chelsea, guys. I think they'll have too much for them. Burnley isn't starting today now, which is an interesting one. Burnley, I will make it tough for them at Turf Moor. They were lucky against Spurs and won the night. But guys, we're talking Chelsea here. We're talking a very good side. And, you can't really see this going any other way on paper anyway. I think Chelsea will score. I think Werner will come off the bench and score. I think Azpilicueta will score today if he's playing. If he doesn't, then James will score. And then I think... forget the right back. I think Werner will score off the bench. Thiago Silva will score for Chelsea. And I think in midfield, they're going to get a goal from... I think Hakim Ziyech will get his first goal for the club, guys. Burnley will get a goal through Chris Wood towards the end. Not enough, though, unfortunately, and it'll be 3-1. And McAney will get the assist. On to the next game now, and it's my team, West Ham United, and they travel to Anfield at 5:30 kickoff, guys, against Liverpool away. Now, Liverpool, where do we start? They're missing Van Dijk, Fabinho, John Matip. Thiago looks back. On form, I suppose, isn't exactly the key words, but they are a side that will give anyone a game on their day. Now, we should have beaten them in February. However, a late few goals and Fabianski's mistakes was the difference there. I think, of course, we're missing our star target man, Mikel Antonio. But other than that, a fully fit squad. Fabianski can have a good game this time, and we play like we did the last 3-4 games or so. We'll draw. We could easily. It'll be a very tough game. There's no easy in the Premier League. However, I do think that we will lose 2-1 just over power, and I think one of these games we're just going to run out of luck of how good we've been. But yeah, I think we'll give them a game. I think Liverpool will score twice through goals from, I think Thiago will score his first goal for the club, and I think we're going to see... I think Salah will score because he loves to go against us. The wingers love scoring against us. I think we'll get a goal late on towards the end. And I think Ben Ram will come off the bench and score, guys, for us late. But that won't be enough. I think it'll be 2-1 Liverpool. That will be recording a huge victory indeed. And next up now is a huge game well, tomorrow at the start of the day, 12 p.m. kickoff, guys, and it is well, I don't know if it's at 12 now, but Newcastle take on Everton in the Premier League, and Newcastle, of course, with a very mixed, the definition of a very mixed sort of start to their season, recording wins and losses here and there. However, I do think that Everton are, after losing 2-0 to Southampton last time, are going to have to bounce back. Missing a few players, of course. Indeed, Richarlison could be out. Dom Calvert-Lewin didn't score last game, and there have a few players out, so I don't know how it's going to go. I think Everton will have enough travelling there. It's going to be a tough game, but I can't really see Everton losing this. I think they'll win it 2-0, guys. I think we're going to see Calvert-Lewin get back in the score sheet, and I think Iwobi's going to score, guys. And that's that. And on to the next game now, and it's a big one tomorrow in the Premier League, where it is a huge game between... Sorry, I'm just getting on my phone here, guys. Villa and Southampton is the game at 12 tomorrow, guys. Now, this is a very interesting game. Southampton are on good form at the moment after beating Everton 2-0 last weekend. Aston Villa, meanwhile, lost 3-0 at home to Leeds, and they're going to have to bounce back if they keep their ambitions up this season. Now, they're a funny side. Their team is very good. However, they have to all play well. Man, how's their confidence going to be after the last game? Southampton have Danny Ings up top. Shea Adams playing well at the moment. I can't see anyone separate here, guys. So I'm going to go 1-1, and I think Adams will score for Southampton. And I think for Villa, I think I'm going to see Watkins score. Hasn't scored in a while. On to the next game now, and it's a big one tomorrow, guys. It's 4:30. Manchester United is hosting Arsenal in Old Trafford. Now, Manchester United are a side who haven't won, I think, in the Premier League away from home against the top 6 side in 5 years now, guys. So that's a huge task to kind of win, and they haven't won in Old Trafford, I think, in over 11 years. So this is a huge tie for the boys in white tomorrow against the men in red. I think that it'll be a very interesting game. I think United will either win 2-1 or draw 2-all. I think it'll be 2-all, guys. I think there'll be a few goals. I don't think anyone will be separated, and I think it'll be close. I think United are in good form at the moment. Arsenal haven't only lost 3 out of the last 4, but when you look at both teams on paper, it's hard to separate them, guys. I think both teams will be happy at the point, but obviously if someone can win, it's a huge bonus, and that's a boost for the club. Goals will come from tomorrow, guys. I think Aubameyang will score for Arsenal, and I think we're going to see Williams score. And I think for Manchester United, I think we're going to see Bruno score. And I think we're going to see Fred score and get man of the match. Well, on to the next game now, guys. And it's a big game on Monday. A big game. When is this? Tomorrow at 7:15. Tottenham Hotspur taking on Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, Brighton have an interesting stats to look at this season. Despite everyone saying how good it is and how good their team is, they are literally 16th place with 5 points from their opening 6 Premier League matches. Now that's a huge stat to look at. Hovering above that relegation zone, only 1 win this season, and they will be looking to gather 3 points that could bring them into the top 13 in the Premier League this season, pending on other results. Now, Tottenham, of course, well, where do we start with them? Bottling leads this season, losing to Farmers from Belgium in the Europa League, and at this rate, the amount of points they've bottled, they could literally be top and possibly even unbeaten right now. That's how bad they've been with bottling games, guys. It looks easy on paper for them, but Brighton always give them a tough game. Tottenham, lucky 1-0 winners over Burnley away the other night. Only they're at home now. They're going to want to bounce back. And I can't see it other than a 3-1 Tottenham win, guys. I think we're going to see Kane score. I think Bale will get his first goal for the club. And I think we're going to see Giovanni Lo Celso score. I don't think Son's going to score this week. And on to the next game now, guys. If he doesn't play, by the way, it'll end on Bele. On to the next game now, and it's the first of a double-header on Monday Night Football, and it's a big game in 2 teams at the bottom end of the Premier League table. West Bromwich Albion travel to Fulham and Craven Cottage. Now, where do we start with this? Fulham or Fulham? West Brom or West Brom? Who's going to score the goals? Who's going to concede the most? That's what you're going to ask your questions about here. West Brom have been appalling this season, but not as bad as Fulham. At least West Brom can score goals. At least West Brom this season have scored a total of 6 goals compared to Fulham's 5. And when you look at that, it doesn't really look like spewing, does it? Fulham, of course, concede too many. Of course, conceded a total of 14 this season. West Brom, okay, they've also conceded 14. But on paper, guys, West Brom look more likely to score, and that's an interesting stat there to look towards this evening. Well, tomorrow, Monday evening, should I say. Fulham, of course, I think it'll be a close game. I can see it being 1-0 to West Brom, guys. I don't think Fulham are going to win. I think West Brom will squeeze it through. Hal Robson can. No, he doesn't play for them anymore, does he? If he doesn't play for them anymore, I think Grady Dingana will score for West Brom and their only goal of the game, guys. I don't think it'll be a thriller by any means. Both teams concede a lot though. But then again, it'll be cagey and the loser could go down. And the next game now, the final one of match week 6 or 7, should I say, in the Premier League season. And it is a massive game between Leeds United and Leicester City. Now, Leicester, of course, playing on Thursday, and they play again this Thursday in the Europa League, recording a 2-1 win away in Greece to AEK Athens. Meanwhile, Leeds United, now they won last time, a big win, 3-0 away from home against Aston Villa. Now, Leeds are, of course, a side that like to score goals, however, haven't, besides the last game, been, low on goals, only beating Sheffield United by 1-0, only drawing 1-1 against Manchester City. They're a side that are very conservative, didn't even score against Wolves last 1-0. They haven't scored more than, besides the Villa game, they haven't scored more than 1 goal in a game in the league since their 4-3 win over Fulham, which was now nearly 6 weeks ago. That's some stat in itself to tell you. However, Leeds will feel confident to hosting a Leicester side who have other targets throughout the week to focus on. I think it'll be 1-1 draw, guys. I don't think anyone's separated there, and they both have their own ambitions this season, guys. I think goals for Leeds will come by. I think for Leeds, I'm dumping Click and Helder Costa will score for Leeds, and I think for Leicester, I think it depends if he's resting players. I think Jimmy Vardy will score, but if he's resting him, it'll be Nacho. That's the scores, guys, for match week 7. Hope you did enjoy it. Click like the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe and comment for any further videos. Guys, back next time. See you guys. Peace. I'm out.